Lirak, I mean, welcome back. First off, of course, having been on loan at Shields for sort of the first half of the season. So, I mean, first off, how have things been sort of coming back into training and sort of bedding back in with the squad, really?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I knew most of the lads already. Obviously it's quite a different squad from the one it was when I first left it, but the familiar faces I knew helped me settle in nicely. The new lads, just the same, like everyone's same way, good group, and yeah, back in the swing of things here.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned there obviously a few new faces, but obviously in terms of the management side of things, not new faces necessarily, but new in a management sense, that obviously Rob and Louis and Carl are kind of heading things up now. But as you say there, have things really kind of changed too much from your perspective?
Obviously there's been a few tweaks. They've got their own style, of course, but the principles of the club have stayed majority the same. I mean, like the style we play and everything else is the same, the tenacity, but yeah, just tactical tweaks, but I don't think it'll take me too long to settle. I feel like I understand exactly what they want, so.
Yeah, and with that loan at Shields, obviously the first kind of portion of the season, by all accounts, have been doing really well. They obviously got a Player of the Month award towards the start of the season as well, but for you, I imagine the key thing, you've been playing consistently almost week in, week out, really. So how have things kind of gone from your perspective so far there?
Yeah, so that's probably the first season in my career where I've had like a good run of games consistently for over the span of, like you said, 15, 20 games. So just building rhythm, building like getting experience from the games, and I feel like I've learnt a lot from it. Just, you know, week in, week out, being able to improve things and stuff. So it's been a massive help. I feel like I've come a long way from where I was at the start of the season.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned a little bit there, but how do you sort of feel you have kind of developed as a player in that? Well, I suppose it's not really a huge amount of time necessarily, but like you say there, just getting those sort of amount of games back to back and building that sort of momentum for yourself as well.
I feel like it's just gave me more of a presence. Like I feel like I'm, you know, obviously coming into teams, not playing games, being in and out, you feel like you're more, you know, a by part. You're not really a part of it, but like being a focal part of a team where, you know, you've got to stand up every week. It's giving more, you know, personality, presence. And I feel like it's brought more of my ability out, more of my game out when I play.
Yeah, and not really a huge amount of time for you before things are kicking off game-wise. Obviously, it's kind of midweek and Saturdays for the next few weeks, really. Obviously, Wednesday at Chesterfield coming up first, but how much are you just looking forward to potentially being involved against, obviously, what's one of the top sides in the league that will give you that kind of test as well?
No, I'm buzzing. I mean, I always want to be challenged. Like, I want to play against the best teams, against, you know, in this league as well. I want to challenge myself. So, yeah, any game I can play in, I'm, you know, looking forward to.